The health department is wrapping up its COVID-19 vaccination clinics this week. That means you've got 3 more chances to get in and get your first or second dose of the shot.
Now, health experts say it's very important to complete those vaccinations. The Centers for Disease Control reporting that about 8% of us aren't going back for a second dose. KAMC'S Grace Morris joins us live from the clinic site over at the Civic Center. Grace, doctors say there are consequences for only being half vaccinated.
Those I spoke to said that not getting the second dose not only lowers your immunity, but can also affect the community as a whole by potentially taking us further away from reaching herd immunity.
Second doses are absolutely critically important.
So make sure you go get your second dose.
And we know now that there are millions of Americans who did not get their second.
According to the CDC, it's about 5 million people who've skipped their second dose. And here in Lubbock, the city faces the same problem.
Mainly what I hear from patients is that they didn't feel great and they don't want to feel that way. And so they don't want to take the second dose. And that's probably not a great reason not to get the second dose.
There are currently over 7,000 people in Lubbock due for their second dose, according to the health department. They expect some of those folks to get the second dose in the coming weeks, but know it's possible not all of them will. But just one dose can still leave you vulnerable to COVID-19.
We know that the first dose starts to become effective about the time that they're supposed to get their second dose, but you get nowhere near the protection that you get with that second dose.
The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are over 90% effective against the virus with both doses, but just one dose could lower that effectiveness to closer to 50 or 60%, which is still lower than that of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And skipping that dose doesn't just hurt your immunity.
Missing the second dose impacts both your personal immunity as well as herd immunity. The higher the efficacy rate, the quicker we reach that. As you get your second dose, your efficacy rate goes way up. So it's a big step forward toward herd immunity.
Doctors say now is not the time to slack on preventing COVID-19.
If your goal is to be protected from COVID, you should definitely get the second dose.
While the Civic Center won't be used much longer to house the city's vaccine clinic, folks can still get their vaccines at local CVS's, United, and HEB. Reporting from outside the Civic Center, I'm Grace Morris, KAMC News.